Okay, so Psalms 14:7. Oh, that the salvation of Israel were come out of Zion, when the Most High bringeth back the captivity of his people. Jacob shall rejoice, and Israel shall be glad. Okay, so first off, fake Jews, those that calling themselves Jewish, when you uh, get understanding and a lot of these, like, because I was a while ago, like, I was looking at different so-called Jews, and like at what's his name, Adam Levine, Shia LaBeouf, and all these people. I think what's her name, that chick from Natalie Portman, I think something like that. Um, all of them, and other fake Jews, they you see that their parents or their grandparents or great grandparents, they immigrated to Israel. Like, you always see that, like, they came from Poland or something. It's never, you never hear them say, oh, the captivity, according to Jeremiah 23, when the Lord Yahushua, Christ comes, he's gonna gather Israel from the north country and wherever they were scattered. You never see that with these fake Jews. Like, it's always, go research and go, or go look at some of these fake Jews in the Hollywood. And you'll see, it always says their family immigrated from Russia or Poland to Israel. Like, that alone cuts you, because you know what I'm saying. Like, that the scriptures, you wasn't supposed to migrate to Israel. You gonna be saved, and brought, and really you gonna go through the wilderness first, like back in ancient Egypt. We're in modern day Egypt now, but as far as them being in captivity, that never happened. Like, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, but when you research, or when you do look that stuff up, you only see that these fake Jews, they migrated, to Israel, not that they came from captivity, according to what the scriptures say. Okay, so yeah, so matter of fact, let me get that, because this never happened in history yet. This is future prophecy. So this is Jeremiah, and I like getting this. Jeremiah 23:5. Behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch. And that branch is Yahushua. When you read Isaiah 11, uh, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. Now, another thing, which I'm going to get that in Isaiah 60, the being saved and dwelling safely. Them fake Jews ain't dwelling safely. They gotta duck and dodge, them fake the Arabs. And that's what's going on right now. The whole Iran, coming against Israel, Israel coming against Iran, and even with that, them fake Jews calling on America, Babylon, for help. They ain't calling on the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, because first of all, the Most High is against uh, America, which is Babylon. So it shows you that them fake Jews can't be the people of the Most High, because they depending on the wicked. Instead of, they supposed to be condemning this place as we are, but they going to this place for help, but they're not dwelling safely. Any car bomb and any explosion got Arabs all through that land killing Israelis. So they're not dwelling safely. Okay. Um, and this is his name, whereby he shall be called the Lord over righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that they shall no more say, Most High liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Most High liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the land of the north country and from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land, which also cuts that whole spiritual Israelite doctrine, because who the seed of the house of Israel, which the seed is an actual line. You can't be a spiritual seed. Now, you can twist like Galatians, but at the end of the day, who this where who did the Most High send in captivity? And same thing with so like I did this in my the captivity of Israel isn't spiritual, but basically who went into captivity? You know, the Israelites. So if a spirit, how is a spiritual Israel that actually was part of, like, for instance, like a so-called or yeah, this Esau, Edom, you so-called white people, that how you gonna be a spiritual Israelite when you put us in captivity? You know what I'm saying? And you haven't done anything, and that's another thing about you guys. A lot of you guys in the truth that's still trying to teach or still trying to act as if the Gentiles, they still have time. Like, it's already written that Babylon is gonna fall, and the nations going into slavery, they're gonna pay, or going into servitude. Esau pretty much going into slavery, and you know, it's not like they have all this time where they can just change when, you know, various scriptures that say that, you know, bring out your wrath upon them, O Most High, uh, that have not called upon that. And what do you think that's talking about? Like right now, the like I always like to bring out Wisdom of Solomon 6, where the nations that are in control of the world are supposed to abide by the law of the Heavenly Father, and if they're not, they're going to be destroyed. So that's what with the time we're in. You know, the nations are in their salvation and they stray from the goodness. You know, so you know, that's another way of being saved. Rather, like in these last days, salvation. Um, you know, being saved in these last days. There was another scripture I was thinking about, but you know, let's move forward then. Um, okay, so let me go to Deuteronomy real quick, just to put something together. Now, another thing proving that we're in Babylon, which is America. This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Most High shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Now, we all know that you can't go into, you don't need ships to go into ancient Egypt. Okay, so we know that's clear. Thou shalt see it no more again. And we blacks and Hispanics, we haven't seen our land, um, Israel, for this whole time. You know what I'm saying? Um, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Now, a lot of people get that twisted, especially you Edomites, that, you know, you come against us or whatever, but you this is what you'll go. Oh, you guys were sold, so you can't. This can't be applying to you. But it said, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen. So we already were sold for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And when you, because I was doing you know, some searching on the Blue Letter, and yeah, that is talking about being redeemed. And yes, it also goes back to the Old English, which means you know, to save, buy you, save you. But if you don't if you trying to get smart, let's go to Micah. This is Micah, because it all, when you read Micah, even when you start at the top, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but when you read this, everything is going into, it's like going into the last days, and then what's gonna happen at the same time. But Okay, this is Micah 4 and 10. Or actually, I start at 6. Okay, Micah 4 and 6. In that day, saith the Most High, will I assemble her that halteth, and I will gather her that is driven out, and her that I have afflicted, which is the Israelites. And I will make her that halteth a remnant, and her that was cast far off a strong nation, and the Most High shall reign over them in Mount Zion from henceforth even forever. And when you read Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 8, it goes into this same account, but it also speaks of the elect being over the nations. So again, as I said, there's a distinction between Israel and the nations. All right, and verse 8. And thou, O tower of the flock, the stronghold of the daughter of Zion, unto thee shall it come, even the first dominion, the kingdom shall come to the daughter of Jerusalem. So people always talk, oh, the kingdom of heaven and all. The kingdom shall first come to Israel. Now, yeah, after the 1,000 years, after the 1,000 year reign with Christ, which is only for Israel, because I was talking with another brother. He was trying to say that it's going to be with everybody, but first of all, the scriptures, Revelation 5, 9, and 10, that's only talking who are the priests and the kings of the earth. As Exodus 19, 5 and 6, that's Israel. Isaiah 61 and 6, the priest of the Most High, that's all talking about Israel. First Peter 2 and 9, the priesthood, the holy people, that's Israel. So yeah, so that's only talking about Israel with the and even it tells you that when it talks about the 1,000 years, it says that they'll be on to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the priest of the Most High, so the that proves that the first dominion or the kingdom will be Israel's, and then that's when the Gentiles will be fellow heirs and have an inheritance amongst us. Okay, but verse 9. Now why doest thou cry out aloud? Is there no king in thee? Is thy counselor perished from pangs? Have taken thee as a woman in travail. Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered from the Most High. There the Most High shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies. Okay, so thou shalt be delivered from the hand of thine enemies. Now, because this is not talking about ancient Babylon, and this is how we know. All right, this is because I was studying this, and it was basically a cut. This is Revelation, but as you can see, redeemed from thine enemies. So saved from your enemy, which I'm gonna get more to back up. That about being saved from your enemies. But but thou shalt be delivered, which is another way of salvation. Okay, but this is Revelation 18, and I'll start at 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen as and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are wax rich through the abundance of her delicacies. So we know that according to Jeremiah, Isaiah 13, different scriptures, that Babylon won't be inhabited anymore. So it's not talking about ancient Babylon. Okay, and you can also watch my America is Babylon video to get some more understanding. But here's verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." Now, Second Corinthians